In this video, we're going to learn how to select and spawn a character inside Godot engine using the visual scripting. So here we can be able to select either the ash or the blue tank, and then we can be able to spawn any of them into our scene. So for us to do that, we have to first create a node, and that node 2D we're going to rename it to player spawner, where the player will spawn, and then we're going to create another node 2D, and then we're going to call this the player selection. And then we're going to add a button there, and the button will be for selecting the player. So we're going to add the sprite for the tank there. So once we add it, we're going to adjust it so that it's going to be small there. And then after that, we're going to put a color rect under it so that we can be able to differentiate it from the background. So after doing that, we're going to just color it to look good. And we're going to also add a label to be able to, label it properly so that we can tell the person playing the game to select this player. Then we're going to go ahead to name it properly, the ash tank button, and then we're going to bind it and then duplicate it so that we can be able to change the other one to the blue tank button. After putting that to the blue tank button, we're going to go ahead to make sure they're all going together. Now we're going to select the tank scene and we're going to save it again as tank 2 so that we can be able to create the blue tank, because we already have the first ash tank before. So once we are done doing that, we're going to select the sprite and then we'll change it to the blue tank sprite. And then we're going to go back to the player spawner and create the code, and then we'll call it player spawner. And once we create it, we're going to go ahead to go to our player selection, select our ash tank button, and then we're going to go into the node and the signal pressed, and then we'll connect it to the player spawner code. And once we do that, we're going to get instantiate scene, and then we'll assign it to the tank 1. And then we're going to drag this out, and then we're going to put add child so that we can be able to spawn the character. And then we're going to get the player selection visibility and put it there, and then we're going to make it invisible. So then we're going to do the same thing for the blue tank, and then we're going to assign it for the tank 2, which is the blue tank, and we're doing the add child 2. And then we're also going to get the visibility so that whenever we click on it, it will make the player selection invisible and then make the player itself invisible. Now if you see, when you click on that, you will see that it will select the ash tank, and then we can be able to play with it. And this will enable us to be able to use various characters inside our game. So when you select the blue tank, it's going to bring in the blue tank into your game. And this is how you can be able to create multiple players, where you can be able to select different kind of players, or maybe a male and a female, or maybe other kind of characters inside your game, and spawn them as you begin to play. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share my video with others, and we'll see you in the next video.